What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. As the saying goes, everybody just kinda loves cheering for the underdog, don't they? When a supposedly weak MC goes through some kind of subtle experience and in turn becomes exponentially stronger than what he was before, right? And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. The anime where the weak MC becomes stronger. As always, I put in a few lesser known ones, so you can expect an anime or two that you've never heard of. Just know the anime aren't arranged in any specific order, so it's up to you to decide which one of them is better and which isn't. Well then, shall we begin? The first anime on our list is Hero Man. A kind and shy kid named Joey lives with his grandmother. He works part-time at a coffee shop to make ends meet. He gets bullied at school a lot, but even so, he remains cheerful. If there's one thing he wants, then it's the robot toy called Heibo. One day, as he and his friends happen to come across a wrecked Heibo, probably destroyed by some rich, ungrateful kids, he takes it home and then tries repairing it. He somehow finishes the job and proudly names the guy Hero Man. And then something unexpected happens. One night, lightning strikes Hero Man, and he somehow becomes a fully conscious being. He also grows bigger in size. Now that Joey has a trusted companion by his side, and the world faces unprecedented dangers, the only thing left to do is to surprise everyone. Number 2, we have Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. Kenichi is a thoughtful and sensible guy who holds high regard for reading books and flowers. For one reason or another, people like to bully him a lot. But then one day, he musters up the courage to become strong enough to stand on his own. He decides to join the school's karate club. However, it doesn't take long for him to see reality once again. An upperclassman doesn't seem to like him there, and that's why Kenichi starts getting bullied even at the club. Just when he's about to give up for good, he falls for a beautiful girl named Miu. From there on out, the days of Kenichi being a helpless, weak boy are over. Number 3, we have Gurren Lagann. This is the story of a great man named Kamina and his sworn little brother Simon. Both of them are born and raised in an underground village, and none of them have any way to be sure of knowing what the surface is supposed to look like. Kamina is a real man, my favorite character from this series. He's a free spirit, meaning you can't tell him what to do. He can sometimes be a little too overly optimistic and courageous, but that's just what makes him such a real man. His little brother Simon is the actual protagonist. He has to go through the death of someone very close to him, and in turn, he becomes stronger, braver, and more adventurous. Guys, in my opinion, if we take Code Geass out of the picture, this is the best mecha anime there is. The characters are also interesting, and the main character isn't always a pussy either. On top of that, we have a badass character who literally laughs in the face of death. He is in every aspect of the word, a real man! Listen, you can't consider yourself a real man of culture if you haven't seen this anime yet. Well then, let's move on to the next one. Number 4, Dog Days. I can see how the name resonates with school days, but don't worry, this anime is rated PG. What happens is that a 13-year-old boy named Izumi gets isekai to a world where there are animal and human hybrids everywhere. The reason is simple. A certain republic was under attack by some knights, so the princess of the republic decides to summon a junior high student from a planet called Earth because that'll show the knights who's boss. By the way, the republic that did this consists of dog-like humans, thus the name, Dog Days. What's interesting is that the wars that take place in this world are more like competitions, and different republics have different champions. Izumi understands the reason he was summoned and decides to give it his all, but it doesn't take long for him to realize that a summoned champion cannot return to his home planet. Now then, what will he do? He has dog girls all around him, so I don't see any reason to say no. Number 5. Buso Renkin. The main character, Muto Kazuki, is someone who gets killed while trying to save a girl from a monster-like creature. He dies, but then wakes up in his school uniform. He thinks it was all a dream. But then, a strange serpent tries to attack him and his sisters. This makes him realize that what happened before wasn't a dream. There are actual monsters in this world. Tokiko, the girl he saved, explains everything to him. How the monsters are actually homunculus, and how he actually died when he tried to protect her. She was the one who brought him back to life by using an alchemy-related substance called kakugane. She just placed the kakugane where his heart was supposed to be, and then once again, he was good to go. But now that Kazuki has a kakugane in his heart, he's one of those who will fight the homunculi. I know this anime is somewhat mixture of many popular series, but despite that, it is pretty good. Next up, we have Ixion Saga DT. We have ourselves another isekai. If you guys aren't looking for something serious and all you want to do is laugh the hell out of yourselves, this anime is a good option. A guy named Kon Hakaze is a gamer. He somehow ends up in another world after getting a little appealing request from a lady online. This new world is full of phenomenal energy called Alma. Now his journey together with a few friends begins. He also ends up as the servant of a princess. I'm telling you, if you guys love laughing to some ridiculous jokes and puns, do not miss out on this one. I repeat, do not miss out on this one. You'll be in for some very killer scenes. Also, don't try to take this anime too seriously, okay? You'll be disappointed. Next up, we have Ald Noah 0. A gate is discovered at the moon. This gate allows humans to make some kind of quantum leap from Moon to Mars. Some folks decide to just settle there, and in turn, they attain a technology that is far superior than what's available on Earth. People who had attained this superior technology decided to declare war on the people who were still on Earth. But the gate explodes because of a battle that takes place on Earth. This makes it obvious that both sides have no choice but to ceasefire. 15 years later, in the present day, a high school kid named Inaho sees something grave. This something leads to the death of peace and the start of yet another war. Will Inaho and his friends be able to cope with whatever is about to happen in the future, or will there be a total annihilation? The correct way to find out is actually by watching the anime. It'll well be worth your time. Next up we have Andride. This is one of those animes that gets some hate, and then people start following the trend, and then suddenly everybody starts hating it. But it's not really as bad as people say. In fact, there are more people who genuinely enjoy this anime. The story takes place in a realm called Andride. It is supposed to be beneath the human world. This makes you think that this anime is also an isekai, right? Well, yes, it's also an isekai. One day, a 15-year-old boy named Shun finds a mysterious crystal in his father's belongings. His father's a scientist. Shun touches the crystal and immediately gets transferred to the world of Andride. There, he meets another boy of almost the same age. Now that the two boys, who were raised in different worlds, have met, how will things proceed? No, this anime is not gay. And next up we have Punchline. A bus gets hijacked, and the main character Yuta is there thinking about how short his life was. A superhero shows up and saves the day, but then something strange happens. Yuta realizes that his soul has been separated from his body, and a spirit medium happens to be taking care of him. From there on out, he gets involved with a bunch of other unusual people, like a genius inventor, an idol, a shut-in NEET. All of them are residents of the Korei house, where he's currently at. Then comes the moment where Yuta realizes his true potential. The spirit medium tells him that he gets substantially stronger whenever he sees panties. It's a superpower that we never thought we wanted, but it was needed. There is a downside to this power though. It is so great that if he ends up seeing more panties than one at a time, even the world could get destroyed. This anime seems a little high on comedy, and that's exactly what it is. But even so, as the anime progresses, you'd see that this story is actually starting to make an awful lot of sense. And finally, we have Camphor. So far, we've been talking about anime where the weak main character becomes exponentially stronger. Well, this is one anime where the main character, or should I say the male main character, turns into a beautiful girl with blue hair and a killer body. That makes boys get weak in the knees. Now then, time to look at things a little rationally. So there's a girl who used to be a guy. She is now in an all-girls school. There are other girls whom she obviously has crushes on. Those girls are also attracted to the now girl's killer appeal and stunning body. Sure, there might be a few action scenes here and there, but for now, what you should be expecting is some questionable stuff that would have otherwise been forbidden if it were not for the setting of this anime. I'd say this anime is only for those who like all-girl high schools. I mean, who cares if the guy now has a body of a girl? From an outsider's perspective, she is a girl. And that's all that actually matters. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and even found an anime or two to watch tonight. In case you'd already watched all the anime that I mentioned in this video, just sit tight and wait. I'll be coming back with more recommendation videos. You see, this is a war to see how many anime you can watch, so there should be no holding back. Before you go, be sure to like and comment. If there are any new to the channel, subscribe and become one of us. Also, I also appreciate the love and support you guys give me. Well then, peace out until I come back with another video.